Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I know a storm is getting ready to come, but I wanted to share some financial principles to help you gain wealth. So if you're listening in, make sure you grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen because I'm going to go over some financial strategies to help you build financial freedom. I'm excited because there's a lot of people that are using these strategies that I'm getting ready to go over, and they have strategized their way to $1 million. So if that's you, if that is something that you desire, that you want to build wealth for your financial household, this is the video for you. So get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm going to let a couple people get on, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. I see Latasha, I see Monique, I see Kits, I see Celestine, Reginald. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I got some great information I'm going to share with you. Hey, Nicole, I see you just hopping on. Welcome. I'm going to give it about 10 more seconds and I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to break down to you all the financial strategies that we teach in myEcon to help a person build wealth. So if you're currently doing another business, that's perfectly fine because myEcon strategies complements with whatever you're already doing. So get ready, get ready, get ready. As I always say, note takers are money makers. So you want to make sure you grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen as I dive into these powerful financial strategies that can really help you build wealth. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you all know, my name is Keith Tucker. I'm an Executive Vice President Infinity with a dynamic company called myEcon. And myEcon is short for My Economy. I'm not here to talk about the world's economy, and I'm not here to talk about America's economy. I'm here to talk about your economy because that's the economy that matters the most. Now, before I dive into our strategies, I want you to write this down. There are 4 wealth principles. If you want to gain wealth, you want to build wealth, these are 4 wealth strategies you have to know if you desire to have financial freedom. I'm going to go over all 4 of these in my presentation, but I'm going to give you all 4 of them in advance. The first wealth principle, if you want to gain wealth, the first thing you have to do is you have to be a business owner of some sort. You either got to be a part owner or you got to be a complete business owner. That's the first wealth principle to building wealth. The second wealth principle is you need residual income. That's when you do something one time but get paid for it over and over and over again. A good example of residual income is the cable bill. You know, the cable man came to your house one time to hook up your cable, but every single month you pay the bill. That's called residual income. The third wealth principle you need to build wealth is leverage income. That's when you're getting paid off the time, labor, and education of other people other than yourself. I'm going to talk about that a little bit too in the presentation. And the last thing you need is you need a red hot trend. You need something that the masses are buying in masses if you really want to build wealth. So these are the 4 wealth principles. Again, number 1, you need to be a business owner. Number 2, you need leverage income. Number 3, you need residual income. And number 4, you need a red hot trend. So let me go ahead and dive into my presentation. I'm going to go over all 4 of those wealth principles in my presentation. So this is why myEcon is the perfect fit for you, and you'll see why. So let me go ahead and tell you a little bit about myEcon first. myEcon is a 12-year-old debt-free company based out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now, what I love about that first sentence is, number 1, we're debt-free. The number 1 reason why most businesses fail is because they have debt. Well, guess what? myEcon has no debt. We were debt-free from day 1, and we are debt-free today. So that's a good reason why you need to get involved with myEcon. Also in that first sentence, I say we're a 12-year-old company. We're not a startup company. I'm not knocking a startup company, but we're not a startup company. So we're not one of those companies that we're here today, gone tomorrow. We have some stability with us. So that lets you know you will get involved with a solid company. And we're technology driven, you know, because right now we're in an age of technology and myEcon is keeping up with that trend. Now, our mission in myEcon is very simple yet powerful at the same time. And our mission is to help people to attain personal financial success. Now, I know that everyone that's listening have their own personal definition of what personal financial success is to you, but for us to be on the same page, myEcon's definition is simply having enough cash flow to support one's chosen lifestyle. Now, let me break this down to you. There are two basic objectives that everyone's trying to accomplish every single day when they wake up. Two objectives. The first objective is you're trying to get up to go to a job or a business to earn enough income to provide for your current lifestyle. So in other words, the clothes that you wear, the house that you live in, the food that you eat, that has to be paid for some way, and most people do that through a job or a business. Now the second objective people are trying to accomplish is while they work in that job or business, they're trying to simultaneously put enough money in some type of asset or investment, whether it be real estate, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, or any other financial vehicle that allows their money to work for them instead of them working for the money. See, one day you can get tired of the job, whether it's age, health, downsizing, or you're just sick and tired of going to work. But whatever the case may be, you need to be investing some type of money in some type of asset so that when you do leave your job, your money is working for you instead of you going back to work for the money. Those are two basic objectives that everyone's trying to accomplish every single day. Now, most people think that when they work a job, that their pensions or 401k is going to take care of them. But let me tell you something. I know several people work a job, retire, collect their 401k, and still have to come back and go get another job. So 401k and pensions no longer work. Other people think that Social Security is going to take care of them. But let me tell you, I know a lot of people as well that collect a Social Security check and barely make ends meet. So Social Security no longer works. So we got two things that do not work no more. Social Security and pensions. They no longer work. Now let me talk to you about something else. There are 4 challenges that stop people from meeting those two objectives that I just went over. 4 challenges. These are 4 huge challenges that are stopping people from building wealth. The first challenge is inflation. Inflation is what we call the silent killer because inflation hurts you, but most people don't see it hurt them because it sneaks up on them. Good example of inflation. I go to the gas station on Monday, pay $3 for gas, go to the same exact gas station on Friday, now gas is $3. Here's the problem. The price of gas went up, but my paycheck stayed the same. That's inflation. Another example, I make $7 an hour in 1990, make $14 an hour now. The truth of the matter is I still make $7 an hour because even though my paycheck went up, so did food, daycare, housing, cars, everything went up. So in other words, my paycheck went up an inch, inflation went up a foot. You'll never get ahead. So that's the first challenge that is hurting you and stopping you from building wealth. The second challenge, taxes. Taxes takes the first 1/3 of your income. You don't believe me? Go grab your paycheck right now and I guarantee you're going to see federal, state, FICA, and Social Security. They take 1/3 of your paycheck right off the top before you even get a chance to spend your hard-earned money. That's taxes. Now let me tell you something. I call taxes the thief in the night. The reason I call taxes the thief in the night is as you lay down to sleep, 4 thieves robbed you of your income. I just named them. Federal, state, FICA, and Social Security. Right off the top, they take 1/3 of your hard-earned income. Number 3, debt. Debt now comes in and they take the second third of your income. Now debt is a result of taxes. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say you was making $50,000 a year on your job. You got so excited, you told your mom you make $50,000. You told the car dealership you make $50,000. You told the mortgage company you make $50,000. But the truth of the matter is you never brought home $50,000 because remember you lost 1/3 of it to taxes. So the truth of the matter is you only brought home $35,000. But here's the dilemma. When you went to get finance for that car, they financed you at $50,000, didn't they? When you went to go get finance for that home, they financed you at $50,000, didn't they? You didn't make $50,000, so now you end up in debt because you buying things that you think you can afford, but the truth of the matter is you can't afford it. Now I call debt the prison guard. The reason I call debt the prison guard, debt keeps you chained to a job longer than you want to. I promise you, if you had a choice, if you had an option, you would rather roll over in bed than roll out of bed to get stuck in traffic and deal with nasty coworkers. But because you got debt, you got to roll out of bed and sit in that traffic and deal with those coworkers. Debt is the prison guard. Now, let's talk about the fourth challenge. Big business. Big business takes the final third of your income. So think about this so far. I make a certain amount of money, and because of inflation, I don't really see the money. Then I lose a third of my income to taxes. Then a second third of my income goes to debt. And then my final third goes to big business. Now let me break down big business to you. Big business is smart. I mean, they are very, very smart. Big business spends millions, if not billions of dollars on advertising on the radio, on the TV, to get you, the consumer, to spend your hard-earned money. Let me prove it to you. Every single month, there is a holiday. Big business capitalizes on that holiday. So here's what happens. In January, they run New Year sales. February, Valentine's Day sales. March, spring break. April, Easter. May, Mother's Day. June, Father's Day. July, 4th of July. August, back to school. September, Labor Day. October, Halloween. Now let me tell you, November, they really get you because we got Brown Thursday, something new that is just created. Then you got Black Friday. Then you got Small Business Saturday. Then you got Cyber Monday. Then you got Thanksgiving itself. So November is huge. And then December, you got Christmas sales. Every single month there's a holiday and there's a sale that coincides with that holiday. And guess what you do? You go in and spend your hard-earned money. Because God forbid Valentine's Day come and you don't get your loved one a gift. God forbid Christmas come and you don't get your kids a gift. See, big business is smart. And they use smart advertising to get you to spend the final third of your income. So I just went over 4 challenges: inflation, taxes, debt, and big business. These are 4 huge challenges that are stopping you from building wealth. It's not that you don't make enough money on your job. You just haven't figured out a way to overcome those 4 challenges. I love using the example of a boat. You can have the biggest boat, you can have the biggest yacht on the water, and no matter how big it is, if that boat or yacht has holes in it, that boat is going to sink. Well, guess what? The same goes for your income. No matter how big your income is, 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, if it has holes in it, which is inflation, taxes, debt, and big business, your income is going to slowly start to sink. So you got to do something about it. Guess what? I got the solution. I got 3 powerful solutions that's going to help you build wealth in spite of those 4 challenges I just named. Let's talk about them. The first one is called income shifting. If you're taking notes, write that down. Income shifting. This is where we're going to teach you how to shift your income from the highest tax bracket to the lowest tax bracket legally. Let me say that again. Income shifting is where we're going to shift your income from the highest tax bracket to the lowest tax bracket legally. So let's talk about this for a second. Income shifting works perfectly if you're already working a job. So if you're working a job, this is a perfect strategy to help you get a pay raise on your job without asking the boss. So let's talk about a job for a second. Let's break it down. When you work a job, you're taxed at the highest tax bracket. You're taxed at 28 to 33%. Even though you have options, many people choose a job because that's the one that's preached to us the most. Our parents say go to school, get a good job. We go to college, our professor says go to school, get a good job. Because that's the one that's preached to us the most, that's the one we put a lot of effort into getting. So we always out there trying to find a good job so that we can make ends meet. But again, nothing wrong with a job, but understand this. You're taxed at the highest tax bracket, 28 to 33%. So here's what happens. I work, I'm taxed, and a little bit that's left over, I spend. Let me say that again. I work, I'm taxed, and a little bit that's left over, I spend. That's what happens when you work a job. But here's the solution and how we're going to help you. If you're working a job, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to teach you how to properly and legally adjust your W-4 form. If you're retired and you listen to me, guess what? I got good news for you too. We're going to show you how to adjust your W-4P. That's a form for people that's retired. So if you're working a job or retired, I got a solution for you. So Day one, we're going to show you how to adjust that W-4 form. And by doing so, we've seen people pick up an extra $100 to $800 extra in their paycheck on their current job without owing at the end of the year. If you're listening to this video and you could use a pay raise on your job, give me some thumbs ups, give me some hearts, give it to me, because if you can use a pay raise, I can show you how with myEcon. So when you come in myEcon, we're going to show you how to properly adjust this W-4 form, both the front side and the back side. And by doing so, you're going to get a pay raise on your job. Now, most people say, well, I don't want to adjust my W-4 because I love getting that big tax refund that I get at the end of the year. You know, I always hear people say that to me. They're like, oh, I'd rather wait till the end of the year to get my refund. I just like it better that way. Well, that's your choice. But let me tell you what your choice is costing you. Refund, let's break the word down. Re means again, fund means money. That means if you got a $5,000 refund, all that simply means is from January to December, the government took your $5,000, took it to some type of investment firm, whether it be T. Rowe Price, Fidelity, Vanguard, and they made thousands of dollars of interest off of your money. Let me say that again. If you was getting a $5,000 refund, what that means is the government took your money from January to December, invested it with some type of investment company. It could be T. Rowe Price, Vanguard, Fidelity, and they made thousands of dollars of interest off of your money. But watch this. What if I showed you how to adjust your W-4 so that you can get your refund throughout the year instead of the end of the year? See, if you got your money throughout the year, you can now start putting that money towards your debt elimination plan. You can start putting that money into your investment portfolio. See, it will better serve you if you had your money now instead of later. Let me give you another scenario. Let's say you had a $1,000 debt. Let's say it was a credit card debt. You probably said, you know what? I'll wait till I get my tax refund and I'll go ahead and knock that $1,000 out and I'll be done with it. Here's the problem. Your credit card is accruing interest. Not only is it accruing interest, it's accruing something called compound interest. So by the time you get your tax refund, your $1,000 debt is now probably $1,100 or $1,200. So that means you lost money. See, if you had the money now, you could eliminate that debt without the interest and saved you some money. But because you waited to the end of the year when you got a tax refund, you now end up paying extra on a debt that you only use one time. See, this is the education that we provide in myEcon. Get your money now, not later. Get it now. Start paying off debt. Start investing so that you can build generational wealth for your children and your children's children. That's the first thing we do. Get you a pay raise on your job without asking the boss. Now, why is that powerful and unique? See, in most home-based businesses, in order for you to see a single dollar come into your household, you got to move a product or service, or you got to enroll somebody in business. That's in just about 99.9% of home-based business. In order for you to see a single penny, dime, nickel, whatever it is, you got to enroll somebody, or you got to move a product or service. But guess what I just did? I put money in your pocket, and I ain't say anything yet about enrolling anybody in business or moving a single product or service. So by adjusting your W-4, that's going to put money in your pocket immediately so that you can have some more money for your debt elimination or your investment portfolio. Now, we provide you a software called the Cash Flow Strategist that works like an electronic financial advisor. This software will allow you to be able to eliminate your debt faster than what you're paying it. See, this software helped me when I came in myEcon. Before I joined myEcon, I had over $100,000 worth of debt. I adjusted my W-4, got me an extra $400 a month to my household. I took that $400 and started putting it towards my debt elimination plan. Within 1 year, I eliminated $100,000 of debt. Just in case you missed it and you didn't hear me, let me say that again. In 1 year, I eliminated $100,000 worth of debt. What good was that for me? Well, that freed up $2,400 a month. See, before myEcon, I was dishing out $2,400 a month, paying for that debt. $2,400 a month, paying for that debt. Now that I eliminated that debt, $2,400 is now coming to me. So now I'm paying myself $2,400. I don't no longer have the debt collectors on my back. So now the $2,400 is coming to my pocket every single month through a strategy, not sales, through a strategy called income shifting that allow me to get some additional money in my paycheck, put it towards my debt, and now that $2,400 is coming to my pocket every month, and I'm putting it towards my investment portfolio. That's called income shifting. That doesn't require you to sell anything. Income shifting doesn't require you to enroll anybody in business. This is what separates us from any other network marketing, direct sales, home-based business out there, because 99.9% of them, you won't see a single penny in your household unless you move the product or enroll somebody in business. But if you saw, I just put money in your pocket without doing any of that. So that's strategy number one, income shifting. We have several people using strategy number one, and they have strategized their way to $1 million instead of selling their way to $1 million. So everyone that's listening and say, well, I don't want to do home-based business because I don't like to sell. I don't want to sell. Guess what? You can join myEcon and don't have to worry about selling anything and still have some major success. So I just eliminated that excuse. So while you're thinking, as I'm going about this presentation, I already eliminated that excuse that's probably already in your mind. I don't want to sell. I'm not a good salesperson. I don't want to sell anything. Well, I eliminated that out of your mind. So let's move that excuse out the way. Now let's talk about strategy number two, business income. Now business income is powerful because you want to have a plan B in your household. So many people rely solely on their plan A, which is their job. That's a risky position, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you why. If your job slows down, guess what happens to your income? It slows down. If your job stops, guess what happens to your income? Your income stops. So you got to have a plan B in your house so that if anything happened to your job, you still can continue to pay the bills. See, I always tell people, a job is great. There's nothing wrong with a job. But I always tell people a job should be a break in your sentence, not the end of your sentence. Let me repeat that. I really want that to really get ingrained in your head. A job should be a break in your sentence, not the end of your sentence. See, once you shift your mindset, you can shift your income. But you got to understand that. See, let me tell you something about a business. When you work a business, you're taxed at 18 to 23%. See, earlier I told you when you work a job, you're taxed at 28 to 33%. But a business, you're taxed at 18 to 23%. Here's what happens when you work a business. You work your business, then you spend what you want to spend, and then you're taxed at the end. Let me say that again. I don't think you caught that. When you work a business, you work your business, you spend what you want to spend, and then you're taxed at the end. See, when you work a job, you're taxed first. But when you work a business, you're taxed last. See, you always hear all these wealthy people, these millionaires and billionaires brag about paying no taxes or little taxes, and then you get upset about it. Don't get upset about it. Ask what they're doing. Let me tell you what they're doing. They have businesses, and because they have a business, they get a chance to write off their lifestyle. See, there are things you're going to do anyway, whether you have a business or not. You're going to drive your car anyway. You're going to eat out anyway. You're going to use your cell phone anyway. You're going to use your internet anyway. You're going to pay your children allowance anyway. But see, when you just have a job alone, those things are not tax deductible to you. But when you get a business, like a home-based business, those things I just named now become tax deductible to you. So what does that do for you? That lowers your taxable income so you pay less taxes. Think about this. I make $50,000 a year on a job. I have $30,000 worth of write-offs. That means I'm going to get taxed at $20,000 even though I made $50,000. Let me say that again just in case you missed it. You make $50,000 on your job, but you have about $30,000 worth of write-offs. The government's going to subtract the $30,000 worth of write-offs from the $50,000 of your income, and you're going to get taxed at $20,000. So when you hear these wealthy people, Warren Buffett was bold one day. He said, I'm a billionaire, but I pay less taxes than my secretary. People are like, how in the world can a billionaire pay less taxes than his secretary? Warren Buffett has businesses. He has several businesses, and he has several tax deductions because he has several businesses, which lowers his billions of dollars down to the legal minimum. Why can't you? See, I'm offering you an opportunity to have a home-based business that allows you to get tax deductions for things you're already going to do anyway. In other words, you get a chance to write off your lifestyle. See, you're going to do these things anyway, but add a business to it so those things now become tax deductible to you. I'm telling you, myEcon is the perfect opportunity. Why is it so perfect? For several reasons. One, the cost is very minimum. You can get started with myEcon for $35 only. Only $35. Get you a world-class business called myEcon that provides you with some great information and strategies to help you build wealth. $35. Most people spend $35 in a week at lunch on their job. Because you spend about $10 a day when you go out to eat at lunch every day. That's within 3 days, you got $30 right there. In 4 days, you got $40. So 4 days worth of going out to eat, you could have started a home-based business that put money back into your pocket. Now, let me tell you what else is good about myEcon. Remember earlier when I was going over the 4 wealth trends? One of the trends was a red hot trend. You got to have a red hot trend if you want to build wealth fast. Well, guess what? myEcon has several red hot trends. Don't get it twisted though. Our main product and service is financial education. That's our meat and potatoes. That's what we focus on the most. But on the other side, we do have some other products and services to help you earn some residual and leverage income. Let's talk about some of the products that we have. Number one, travel. Travel is a red hot trend. You know, if you sit at the airport from, let's just say 6 in the morning to midnight, you will see several planes go up and several planes come down. Imagine if those folks that got on those planes will book their plane ticket through your website. Imagine how much money you will make. So travel is a red hot trend. We're part of it. You can get paid booking people's plane tickets, hotels, rental cars, cruise, and vacations. That's the one red hot trend we got. Another red hot trend, online shopping. Online shopping is a $4.7 trillion industry and it's growing by the days. You said, how do you know that, Keith? Well, let's think about it. There's a lot of stores that are closing, and a lot of folks think that, oh, the store must be going out of business. No, they're not going out of business. Let me tell you what they're doing. The stores are smart. The CEO says, you know what? Let me figure out a way that we can save money. So guess what the CEO decides to do? The CEO says, let's ship the product straight to a person's house instead of shipping it to a store where we got to pay employees, we got to pay electricity, we got to pay overhead, we got to pay security. That's a lot of money coming out the CEO's pocket. But if he can eliminate the middleman, which is the store, and ship it straight to your house, he saves money in his pocket. It ain't personal, it's business. And that's what you got to understand. The CEOs are now realizing that online shopping is the way to go. It's saving them money, it's cost effective, and we're part of it. myEcon has contracts with stores like Walmart, Target, Foot Locker, Expedia, Travelocity, PetSmart, AutoZone. I mean, you name it, we got it. The best part about it is, every time you shop on this cashback mall membership, you get a chance to get paid for doing what you was going to do anyway. Many of you bought school supplies for your kids online. What if you would have gotten some green paper, which is some cash, instead of a piece of white paper, which is some receipt? See, online shopping is the way to go, and you want to make sure you're part of that trend. myEcon is part of that. Another red hot trend, health and wellness. Health and wellness is huge because the baby boomers want to stay healthy. Well, myEcon has some amazing health and wellness products, and let me tell you what separates us from all these other network marketing companies. This is powerful. Our health and wellness products have no shipping costs, no shipping, no taxes, and no forced auto ship. Did you hear that? Let me say that again. Our products have no shipping costs, no taxes, and no forced auto ship. So I don't have to worry about my card being charged every month for a product that I ain't finished with. I ain't got to worry about going to the checkout and thought the cost was going to be one thing, but then when they add the shipping is another price. You don't got to worry about that with myEcon. No shipping, no taxes, and no auto ship. You don't have to go out and store products in your house. You don't have to go out and deliver products. You don't have to give out no catalogs and have people fill in the catalog, and then you got to collect the catalog and then wait for the product, and then you got to go deliver the product. None of that. Our stuff is all web-based. So it takes all that work out of your hands. myEcon does the work for you. Now we also got credit repair, which is great because most people won't get hired on a job because of bad credit, and some people get fired from a job because of bad credit. See, I've been in an industry where people have security clearances, and if your credit is funny, then a lot of people have been walked off their job because of bad credit, which in turn took their clearance away. Well, we got a do-it-yourself credit repair that comes with the business that allows you to fix your own credit. Now, let me tell you, let me break this down to you because I really want you to understand this real good. See, there was something very powerful said in the Bible that really touched my heart. It says, you know, you can give a man a fish and feed him for a day, or you can teach a man to fish and feed him for a lifetime. See, I'm not knocking a credit repair company that can do the credit repair for you. I'm not knocking it. That's cool. If that's the way you want to go, by all means, do it. But imagine being empowered to do it yourself so that when you want to get your credit fixed, you can know the strategies on how to do it yourself so that you can empower yourself and empower your family. See, I know you got a lot of family members that want to get their credit fixed. Now you can empower them to be able to fix their credit. See, what if you got your credit messed up again later down the line? Then you got to go out and pay another company and they got to send disputes for you. But what if you can go ahead and fix your own credit yourself because of the education that you're being taught? We provide that in myEcon. See, myEcon is a one-stop shop. I just named 4 of the products that we have. We have multiple products. Think about a Walmart. A Walmart has several products. You know, you go into Walmart, you say, you know what, I'm going to walk in Walmart, I'm going to spend $20, I'm going to be in and out. But what happens? You go in Walmart, and then you see the Walmart got clothes, they got stuff for your car, they got food. I mean, Walmart got everything. And then you end up spending over $100 in Walmart because you went in there and they had everything. Same with myEcon. When they go to your myEcon website, they're going to say, wow, these myEcon associates have everything that I need. We're a one-stop shop. Now, let me talk about our pay system because this is real important. You know, a lot of folks, when they see network marketing, they have so much negativity about network marketing. You know, it just blows my mind how people can talk so negative about network marketing. But let's break something down for a second. When the CEO of McDonald's decided to open a McDonald's, he said, you know what? I can open up one McDonald's and make some good money, but what if I can open up several McDonald's? So guess what the CEO does? He charges you a fee to open up a McDonald's, and then he lets you run the McDonald's, but then he tells you every week he wants a percentage of the revenue that comes to your McDonald's. So imagine this. There's over 1 million McDonald's in the world. The CEO can't be in 1 million places at one time. We all know that. So guess what the CEO of McDonald's does? He allows people to open up a franchise, no matter what state you're in, and he allows you to basically run the McDonald's the way you want to run it, but he earns a percentage of the revenue that comes through each McDonald's. That's the same concept with myEcon. Every time someone decides they want to start a home-based business, they can open up a franchise through you. You let them run it, and you earn a percentage of the revenue that comes through each myEcon website that goes through you. That's called franchising. So there's nothing wrong with building an organization or a team when it comes to network marketing. But let me tell you about myEcon. You know, when a person pays $35, once you become an executive vice president in myEcon, which simply means you enroll 2 people in the business, you're now going to earn $35 each time that happens. So I enroll somebody in business that want to start their own home-based business, someone that want to lower their taxes, someone that want to eliminate their debt, someone that want to pay raise on their job. When they pay $35 to start their business, guess what? I get a check for $35 next week. Every time that happens, next week I get a check. Next week I get a check. So every single week I'm getting paid because I know several people that could use a pay raise on their job. I know several people that want to improve their credit score. I know several people that want to build their investment portfolio. I know several people that want to earn some additional income, especially with the holidays coming up upon us. $35. Every time that happens, next week I get a check for $35. See, myEcon is a remarkable business that can put some serious cash in your pocket. See, I told you earlier, you need to be a business owner. That's one. I'm giving you an opportunity to do that. Number 2, I said you need leverage income, which I'm showing you how to do that. When you build a team, You're getting paid off of other people's efforts other than yourself. Remember what I said earlier. If you have a job only, if you slow down, your income slows down. If your job stops, your income stops. So you got to have a plan B. So I'm providing you leverage income. Then I talked about residual income. We get paid residual income off the products and services that we have, as well as the $35 a month that's being paid each month to keep your website up and running. That's powerful. Residual income. And then I talked about red hot trends. We have all 4 wealth principles to help you build wealth. Now let me finish this up. Let's talk about strategy number 3, investment income. When you invest, you're taxed at less than 15%. When you invest, you got to get this concept in your mind. Cash, asset, cash. Repeat it after me. Cash, asset, cash. You want to take some cash, buy and build an asset to make you some more cash. I don't care what wealthy person you name. Jay-Z, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump. You can name anybody you want to name. I guarantee you they're taking some cash, buying and building an asset, and that asset is making some more cash. Let's break it down. Dr. Dre took some cash, bought those headphones called Beats, which became his asset, and then he turned around and sold those Beats to Apple and made some serious cash. This is what we asking you to do on myEcon. We asking you to take some cash, only $35, to buy an asset, which is your myEcon business or myEcon membership, and then that myEcon business on make you some serious weekly cash. So that's what we're talking about. Now, we don't sell investments, and we're not an investment company, and no, we're not partnered with any investment companies. But let me tell you something. We're going to educate you on how investments work. See, you're going to learn terms such as capital gains, dividends. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know the best investment you can ever invest in? If you don't know what it is, let me tell you. The best investment you can ever invest in is yourself. See, there's no such thing as a bad investment when you are investing in you. See, you can determine how much money you bring into the household. So, in closing, what I want you to do now, I want you to go back to the person who invited you to this video and get signed up on their website. Let me say that again. I want you to go back to the person who invited you to this video and go to their website and get signed up. It only costs $35. $35. And then 30 days later, you pay $35 a month. Let me tell you what the $35 a month covers. It covers the hosting of your website, your merchant account. You get something called a financial success membership, which includes free and discounted legal services, identity theft protection. You get do-it-yourself credit repair, tax preparation and advice. You get a record-keeping tool that kind of works like a QuickBooks to help you track your expenses in your business to keep you audit-proof. You get a debt elimination software called the Cash Flow Strategist that help you eliminate your debt fast, which helped me eliminate $100,000 of debt in 1 year. And then you also get world-class support and recognition. See, even though you're going to be in business for yourself, you're not going to be by yourself. You're going to have some great leadership that's going to be there to provide and help support you, to help you have some major success in your finances. So let me say this in closing. There are 3 reasons why a person would not jump on a great opportunity like this. 3 reasons. There's probably more than 3, but I'm going to talk about 3 general reasons why a person wouldn't jump on this opportunity. The first reason is, you probably said, Keith, man, you went over a whole lot of information. And let me tell you, you're absolutely correct. I sure did. But let me break this down to you. When you first started your job went over a whole lot of information as well. You had to go over a W-4. There was orientation paperwork. They probably took you to sign these other documents. You had to sign an I-9 form. They went over a whole lot of information. But guess what you did? You stayed around long enough to collect a paycheck. So let's eliminate that excuse today. The second reason, you said, Keith, you know, it sounds good, but I'm just too busy. You just don't know, Keith. I got a lot going on. I got children. I got school. I got a job. I just got a lot going on. And I can feel your pain. I feel you on that. But let me tell you something. I was busy when I first started myEcon too. Busy being broke and had nothing to show for it. So there's a difference between being busy and being broke. See, so many people claim that their plate is full, yet they're barely eating. Let me say that again. I know a lot of people who claim their plate is full, yet they're barely eating. Let's eliminate that excuse today. And number 3, Keith, I don't have a $35. You know, it sounds good, but I just don't have $35. I can understand that too. But let me tell you something. I'm going to be honest and transparent with you. When I first started myEcon, I didn't have the money to get started. It was way more than $35. And I didn't have the money to get started. But guess what I did? I sat myself down and had a serious conversation with myself. I asked myself 2 questions. Keith, how long do you want to have this problem? And 2, what are you going to do to fix it? See, I made up my mind and understood that if I kept doing what I was doing, I was going to keep getting what I was getting. And I was sick and tired of getting what I was getting. So I had to make a change. So what you're doing right now isn't working. What do you got to lose? So again, get back to the person. Get signed up. Because there are 3 types of people. There are people that is making it happen. I hope that's you. Number 2, there are people that's watching it happen. I hope that's not you. And there's a third person that's saying, what happened? They're lost in the sauce. I hope that's not you either. So get back to the person who invited you to this video and let's win together. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of our local meetings. I look forward to seeing you at the top. But I also look forward to seeing you at the bank. Let's win together. God bless.